want you to know that it's so.
DJ Khaled. Hey. Yeah. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, pretty excited. Mama, Pops, Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. For the Brooklyn Nets, they come into tonight's game after losing to the Cavs in Cleveland. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just...
Marcus Morris.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now Jack. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Cleveland. He kicks to Bogdanovich. They get it again. Here's Young. The Nets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside too.
Nets trail by 5. Outside Jack. Kicks it to Young. This one for 3. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. 6 points here for Thaddeus Young. The Pistons have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Caldwell Pope kicks to Freak. Detroit, no good that time either. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it quickly, though. Quite honestly, I think this is a resilient squad, and they'll bounce back quickly.
Lopez has gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. .149 left to play in the first quarter. Drummond passes to Bernard. Detroit, no good that time either. The Nets shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Young, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bernard. Second chance shot. He lays it in.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court your next dancer.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Thaddeus Young. He's one of the over the last month. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Sure is. I mean, he thinks every rebound is his, and most of them are. That's why he's putting up such big numbers.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Jody Meeks comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Morris outside, feeds it to Freak. Goes up to the stripe. Nice jump shot. Good. Freak's got his first basket of the night. Brooklyn trailing. 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Another one falls for Brooklyn. For Detroit, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And both free throws good from Freak. And here's Brooklyn, trailing by 2. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Sims kicks to Sloan. Plenty of offense in this closely.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center.
So far, it's been a closely contested. A different look here for Detroit. Morris is checked in for Tobias Harris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Jackson. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
On the floor for Detroit, Bernard. He's in at the point. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Meeks in at the 2. Kilpatrick passes to Jack. Here's Kilpatrick. Screened by Young. Pass to Bogdanovich. Floats one up. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Meeks dishes to Morris. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim. And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Nets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Outside Jack. Lopez a screen. Here's Kilpatrick. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Kilpatrick's got 6.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And it's Freak missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Outside Jack. Passes it to Kilpatrick. To the middle. Here's Lopez. And it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
Shape up.
And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one.
Kevin, we have...
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground. Sims is checked in for Brook Lopez. Then for the Pistons, Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Johnson comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Freak subbed in for Reggie Jackson. They've got Jarrett Jack, Bogdanovich out there with Young. And then there's Henry Sims. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harris kicks to Johnson. Here's Bernard. Dishes to Bullock. Another shot, and that one's good. Freak. And the Pistons lead by 16.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Andre Drummond. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance... And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad Mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, Freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, Freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, well, check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick.